What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Xenny and I'm back with another video, man. If you're new to my channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like the video. I will appreciate it. Today we got Diddy's Masters. Try to put a hit on Katt Williams. So without further ado, let's get straight to this video, man. Game!
But it was when the Illuminati first started coming after him. And I'll never forget the day when they breached the house. I would get in bed with him at night and he would have Kevlar on.
What?
In bed.
Child, Jaguar Wright and Katt Williams better run for their lives because the feds just slipped up and revealed some disturbing information about Diddy's shady business partners putting a hit out on them because they don't like how they've been telling all their business to people. Jaguar and Katt have been on Diddy's neck for a long time, even before the feds had caught on to him, but they was called crazy and bitter for simply trying to open up people's eyes to see the truth. And now that people are finally listening to them, their lives are allegedly being threatened. In fact, there have already been 2 attempts to silence Jaguar by throwing her in jail. And not too long ago, she also spilled the tea about how a bunch of armed men broke into Katt's house in the middle of the night to take him out. It's unclear how Katt made it out of that house alive, but according to Jaguar, Katt was so traumatized by that situation that he used to wear Kevlar to sleep every night, just in case they came for him again. And for those of y'all who don't know what a Kevlar is basically a bulletproof vest. So apart from him having to look over his shoulder all the time, he also had to put on this heavy bulletproof vest to go to sleep, just so they ain't catch him lacking.
Forget the day when they breached the house. And I left. You know, back in that moment, Katt was still wearing Kevlar to bed. To bed. I would get in bed with him at night and he would have Kevlar on. In bed.
When Jaguar revealed this, a lot of people was side-eyeing the executives of Comedy Central for potentially being behind this. The reason why people were so convinced it was them was because at the time, Katt was in the middle of a very nasty feud with Comedy Central because they wanted him to do some very questionable things on camera and he didn't want to do it. So they decided to off him, and this was revealed by Jaguar Wright.
And him at the moment where it made you want to speak your truth.
He went after Comedy Central. That's what happened. The Flavor Flav roast. The moment that I knew the Snoop Dogg is sold out. That was a hurtful moment. To humiliate Flav. Like humiliate him. Like no bar. And they sent a bunch of jokes. And I'll never forget watching Katt in the office downstairs at the house in Marina Del Rey. And he's sitting there looking at and just shaking his head. And then the next thing you know, the phone rang and I'm standing there in the office in the doorway and I'm like, are you all right? And he picked up the phone and it was on Comedy Central. And I listened to him threatening him. He said, I'm not doing this. You are not going to get a black man, a real black man, to agree to do this to another black man. $. It was a terrible day. And then that's when all the incidents started happening. Them sending people to the house. Them putting plants backstage at the shows. I mean, I was on tour with him for American Hustle.
Right.
I was on set for First Sunday.
Right. He said he got arrested over 30 times.
Yeah.
No convictions.
I'm getting close.
Go ahead. Go.
But it's been about 30 for him. It's been 8 for me.
Yes.
He felony, I felony. You know, it was just terrible. And when I would think back to that moment, and then they called him the day before filming it, and was he going there? And he said no. And then the next thing you know, production went on later on that day, and Snoop was already ready. And Snoop did everything that Comedy Central asked. That Flavor Flav roast was Katt's That was his moment. The Flavor Flav roast and the death of Malik B are the same.
Jaguar said she and Katt have been close for some years now, and that Katt was actually the one who motivated her to start speaking up the truth about Hollywood and all the things that go down inside of it.
When he walked into the club, and I was sitting at my table, it was my birthday party, and Special Ed brought him. And Katt was playing the amphitheater, and he wanted to meet me. And he came to my party, gave me about 20 grand in cash, and said, consider it a down payment on your time. He taught me so much in 9 months. Walking away was hard, but it was when the Illuminati first started coming after him.
But see, it isn't just Katt's life who's in danger, because they've been trying to silence Jaguar too, especially since she started talking about Jay and Beyonce. She used to mainly talk about Diddy, but things have only gotten worse for her the more she speaks about it. Jaguar started her mission to expose the industry a few years ago when she revealed that a lawyer who used to work for Diddy told her about the time they walked in on Christopher Williams giving Diddy top in the office. According to Jaguar, Diddy was well aware that Christopher was straight, but he still forced him to go down on him in exchange for a record deal, just to prove how much power he had.
See, Christopher Williams, I don't know, I guess he wanted to sign. I don't know what happened. But Puff was supposed to be giving him a demo deal, and he gave him a demo deal, and I guess it was supposed to turn into an album deal, which that never happened. But this young woman walked in to get approval on some paperwork, see. And when she walked in, the door wasn't locked, so she didn't think twice about just walking in. And when she walked in, she saw Christopher Williams performing fellatio on Puff. Now, from what she said to me, it was disturbing because, you know, they didn't stop. She just walked out, and she just kept her head down at the office the rest of the day, I believe it was. And I don't think it was at the end of business day that day, but I think it was the following day. He came into her office and was like, yeah, so you came in there, so what? What you gonna do? You wanna say something? And she was like, oh no, she was like, I just don't understand why you left the door unlocked. If you were in there doing that, why would you leave the door unlocked? He said, I'll do whatever the I wanna do in my building. And I just don't know. He was like, it's power, see?
Hey, man. If you guys new to the channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like the video. I will appreciate it. I'm going to see you guys in the next video, man. Peace.